Hi, and welcome to the ALCC Tip of the Week. I'm Sebastian, and today we're going to be looking at and the, what we call indefinite articles. Now, even if you've been studying English for a long time, you still may find these kind of hard to use, so stick around. I'll show you how to use them, when to use them, and why we use them. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at and an. Now, these both mean the same thing, but how they're used is slightly different. I'll show you what I mean. Whenever we have a word that begins with a consonant, like the word car, we have a C, we're going to use the word a. Now, if you're not exactly sure what a consonant is, I've written it down over here. A consonant is every letter that's not a vowel. Our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Consonants are B, C, D, F, G, H, and so on. So in front of every consonant, we're going to use a car, a bike, a sandwich. Slightly different with vowels. With vowels, we're going to use an, like an elephant. There is one exception to this rule, however, and that exception is with vowels that sound like you, such as uniform or European. We would use the word a. Aside from this rule, however, every other time you're going to use a in front of a consonant and an in front of a vowel. So the big question is, well, what do a and an mean? Well, a and an mean one of. So for example, if I said I have a car, that means I have one car. But it also means one of many. So for example, if I said I would like to eat a sandwich, I'm talking about one sandwich of the many there are in the world. So you can see that a and an, although they're used with different words, mean the same thing. One of something, or a singular. Okay, so now let's take a look at the word the. The is slightly different than a and an. It talks about one specific thing, time, or event. So for example, the day I was born. I was born on a day in June, because there are many. But the day I was born on was June 23rd, the 23rd day of June. When we're looking at one of many, for example, an apple, and we want to shift the focus to the, it's quite simple. I would like an apple. Once I've taken that apple, I could say, the apple I am eating is delicious. This same idea goes for groups or singulars. I could say, I play on a soccer team. There are many soccer teams in the world, I play on one of them. Now that I've highlighted that, I switch to the. The soccer team I play on is called the Hurricanes. We also use the word the when we're talking about superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives are adjectives that mean the most of something or the top of something. For example, the smallest, the most beautiful, basically the top of the pyramid. We have three circles here. There's a black one, a blue one, and a red one. The red one is the biggest. There's also a difference in pronunciation. When we look at the word the, pronounced the, you can see it's pronounced with consonants. So for example, the bicycle, the cake, the donkey. However, this pronunciation changes when you use vowels. It becomes a the. For example, the apple, the elephant. Now let's take a look at when to use these and in what situations. Okay, before we get into a little bit of practice, I'd like to just take a minute and point out some times when we don't use a, an, or the. For example, with proper nouns are just the names of common nouns. For example, Canada or Steve. You can also tell them because they all begin with capital letters. We would never say the Canada or a Canada or the Steve or a Steve, usually. Also, some words that we don't generally use an, or the with are words like breakfast, lunch, dinner, bed, work, home, prison, jail, college, class, and church. We don't usually say, I'm going to the bed or I'm going to a bed. We just say, I'm going to bed. Although there are exceptions to these rules, this is generally the case. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of practice. I've written 2 sentences in 1 paragraph. I'd like you to take a look at these and tell me what you think goes where. If you need a minute, just pause the video and I'll wait for you, I promise. If you're ready to jump right in, then just let the video play. If we're looking at the first sentence, African vacation, what do you think goes there? An, or the? If you said an, you'd be right. An African vacation. We're working with an because African starts with a vowel, but an is connected to vacation. I'm taking one vacation of many. An African vacation. Let's look at the next one. Can you get it? World Health Organization. If you said the, you're right. The World Health Organization. There is only one World Health Organization, and it is one organization. The only one of this kind of organization. Okay, so now let's look at the paragraph I've written. If you need some time, you can pause the video and take guesses for yourself. Or if you'd like to follow with me and hear me read it to you, you can guess while I'm reading. Let's see how many we can get right. I was born on farm in Canada. We had chickens, pig, 3 cows, and horse named King. There was fox that used to come and eat chickens. Fox would eat chickens at night while everyone was asleep. Our farm was located on road called Ridge Valley Road. Take a minute. Think about it. Okay, let's go through this together. I was born on a farm. Why a? Because there are many farms. I was born on one of them. Now that we've highlighted that farm, we can start to use the. We had chickens, a pig, again, because there are many pigs. We had one of them. 3 cows and, that's right, a horse named King. There was a fox, again, because there are many foxes, and there was one, that used to come and eat the chickens. If you're wondering why we've switched to the, it's because we've already highlighted chickens. Now we're talking about those chickens that we had. Again, the same rule applies. The fox would eat the chickens at night while everyone was asleep. Our farm was located on a road called Ridge Valley Road. There are many roads. Our farm was on one of them. You see how we can switch between an, and the, depending on when we're talking about one of many, or we've highlighted that one of many, and now that's the focus. Well, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments about this video, or any suggestions for videos you'd like to see in the future, please comment on this and I'll try and answer your comments and even make videos based on your suggestions. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.